We bought this commercial unit for £610,000. It's now got a GDV of £1.1 million. Let me tell you a story about this. Now, a lot of people want to get into commercial, to residential investments, developments, don't know how to do it, don't know where to look, don't know how to make the connections. And I'll tell you a story how I acquired this one. So, as you guys know, we're in the industry, we've been there for a long time. I have a lot of contacts. So what happened was, I was sat at home one day and I made a few phone calls because I thought, actually, got itchy fingers, let me try and find something to develop. Got in touch with somebody and he said, well, Sanjay, do you know what? I know someone that could be retiring and he wants to sell one of his shops. He owns quite a few on this parade. So he wants to sell one of them. And I was like, fine, let me have a look at it. Now, initially he wanted about 700,000. And I said, okay, well, let's have a look. I saw the angle, I saw the depth of it, which you're gonna see in a second. I saw the uppers and I saw an angle straight away. And before I negotiated, he said, look, you've got a slight problem. So I was like, well, what's that? So I'm gonna show you how I bought this, tell you about it, and hopefully you can learn some. I'm gonna drop some gems in this, so keep watching. So, one of the problems he said was this, I'll show you. So it wasn't nothing like this, by the way. So we've renovated a bit of it and the people that have taken this shop have renovated it. So what we had, it was an old jewelers that I think the owners sold it to, they were retired, they sold it to the staff. Staff couldn't handle it. They went bankrupt. And what happens is commercial units, normally within the lease, it will say that you have dilapidations, which means that you need to bring the shop in the same state as it was when you first took it. Now, what that means in this case is you've got to get rid of the cabinets. They had an AC unit in the top, you've got to get rid of that. You've got to get rid of everything. If it was given you as a blank canvas, they want it back as a blank canvas. So you've got to spend money on it to bring it back to that state. But the problem was the landlord's tenant had gone bankrupt. So they obviously the landlord had to spend money to get rid of all these beautiful cabinets, as you can see. So I used this as leverage to actually say, look, you've got this, I need to get rid of it. You've got the front windows, you've got everything else here, the shutter, whatever they've put on, I have to get rid of it. It's gonna cost me 50, 60, 70,000 pounds. I'll offer you 600 grand. Cut a long story short, we negotiated to 610, I took it. A few months later, I found a tenant that's gonna be moving in here. They wanted the cabinets and I charged them a bit of a premium because the cabinets were already here. Yes, I did paint them up, so we've got builders to paint them up, make them look quite nice, as you can see. And they've started work to open up what they're gonna have as their own jewelry shop in this place. Now, what I'm trying to show you is there's always an angle, even when you're negotiating. So I got a discount by saying I'm gonna get rid of these, and I could have got rid of them, but then I found the right tenant for them. So this is something that you guys can pick up as well, and that was a reduction of £90,000. And if you think about it, from 610 to 1.1, that's a big uplift. So I'm gonna show you how we did it. What we actually done with this premises is this. Let me show you. So this was obviously the shop. Now the shop went all the way to the back, which you'll see in a second. We sectioned it off here. So sectioned it here. This is now the back of the shop. This is their own private office. And behind this, we got planned to have it into a 1-bedroom studio, which I'm going to show you. And upstairs, we made luxury 4-bedroom HMOs, which you guys know the spec we have. It's quite, it's always going to be the same. It's always high end. The colors are the same. But at the back, actually, I changed the colors around. Changed the color of the kitchen, changed it about because I like to try new things. So let's show you what I've done. Right, Ronnie, let me show you this, right? So now, that's the neighboring property, yeah? So we fixed this roof, as you can see, and the shop downstairs goes all the way back there. So you can see, this is just a flat. It goes even further forward. So look how long it is, and if you look over there, they're built up. The neighboring property has built up. What my point to is, in the future, I've got a chance to actually add another floor to this unit, which is another reason why I thought I'll buy it. And let's go inside and show you what we've done here. So look, as you guys know, we do HMOs, we specialize in HMOs. You've seen our color scheme, which is uniform now. So let me show you what we've done. So this is obviously, this used to be, actually, if I'm honest with you, this was a 2-bedroom flat, which they used as storage. So I converted a 2-bedroom flat into a 4-bed HMO. So you can see the standard, we've got nice radiators there. as you can see, got the blinds in place. Just look at the bathroom. So we changed the bathroom. So what we've done now, the team now uses sheets. So if you feel that, Ronnie, have a quick feel of it yourself. Can you see a difference?
Oh yeah.
No tiles now, nothing. This is quite easy. You cut it to shape and stick it on. Waterproof, water just falls off it. It's much easier to change, and it's cheaper, cost effective. We've done that, you know, the mirrors that we have lights on there, make them look nice. So realistically, I'm gonna show you all the rooms, but they're gonna be like this. So don't get bored, because you've got to see the flat yet. I don't know if you watched our videos before, I hope you have. But this, we always get fitted wardrobes. So when we started in property many moons ago, what we found was we done what a lot of people do. Went to IKEA, picked up some wardrobes from there, sort of drawers and etc., and put them in the room. Now what we found was, you know, people would come into the room like this. They'd see these cupboards here from IKEA. They'd be like, no, we don't want them here, we'll move them there. Then move them. If after 6 months or 7 months that tenant left, the other tenant will come, say, I want to move them here. And by the time they've done this, they damage them because they're dragging them across. You know, the strength of these cupboards that you buy are good if they stay in one place, but if you're dragging them and whatever not, they get easily damaged and dismantled. But that's what we found. So years ago, what we done, we just said, look, let's pay somebody a little bit extra and do fitted wardrobes. So not only the fitted wardrobes, the kitchenettes, this ain't going nowhere. I mean, look, it is what it is. We give them ample space, but it's fitted. They can't move this. So I'm not worried about this going anywhere. We then give them a fridge freezer, which is coming here. And then we just give them space to put their own items. And the reason we do this is, one of the reasons we do this, if you're getting new, if you're new with HMOs or want to get into HMOs, the reason that we do this is because, again, we've learned a lot during our journey. One of the things we found was that people used to argue about who's taken whose milk or someone's bread, someone's eggs. And we try and minimize any of these arguments because we're the landlords and we get the headache at the end of the day. So what we do is we now give them individual fridge or freezer so they keep their own stuff here. Now you imagine, I mean, there's a station literally 2-minute walk from here. If I'm gonna be living here and I need to go to work, I wake up in the morning, have my cereal, whatever I have, leave everything here. I can put my dishes in the kitchen and I'll sort them out later, go to work, come back, and you know, everything is still where it was in my room. Whereas if I buy bread or milk or whatever it is and somebody else hasn't got it in their room and they're fancy and they're hungry, they may use it. Now look, for me, it wouldn't bother me, but I suppose if it happened every day, then it would bother me. And I'm sure it would bother you as well. By the way, I've got the sunglasses on because it's sunny outside. It's not a fashion thing. Yeah, so we do that, and then we've got the desk here with the socket above, so that's for anybody working with their laptops. You know, it's a place to work from home. They can put the laptop there, they've just got their own space, put a table there. We've got this intercom system now. Many years ago, somebody asked me, they goes, mate, we don't need an intercom system. Fine, don't get an intercom system. Why would we need it for? He didn't get it. I didn't tell him why, because I thought we'd have common sense, but I'll tell you guys why, because one of the main things is when you've got 4, 5, 6 people living in a house or a property like this, or wherever it is, when someone rings that doorbell, whether it be a guest, whether it be a postman, if I'm not expecting somebody, I'm not going to open the door, right? I'm not saying me personally, I'm saying this is what happens. Whereas now what happens is, if the postman's outside and, you know, this is number 3A, room 3A, which is going to be labelled outside, they'll buzz 3A. Comes direct here to me. I know this person's come from me, whether it's a guest, whether it's a postman, delivery from me, whatever it might be, they'll come from me. So I can then speak to them and I can let them in, and I know it's not going to disturb anybody else in the house. So it's very important that you get one of these if you're going to do it. All right. So I won't bore you again, but that's the room again. Similar layout. The upstairs ones are quite nice as well. So you've got same, again, cupboard here. Same layout, bathroom's the same. Right, then we've got, this is where the magic happens. The kitchen. This is the kitchen. So this is obviously we've got here now. We're still, this is sort of the way, we're 99% there, so you'll be able to see this. That waste pipe needs to be blocked up, which is gonna get boarded up. But apart from that, everything's ready to go in here. So we've got the water tank, the mega flow system's just there. Now, a story that even Ronnie don't know is this wall over here. was put up because, as I told you before, this was a flat, but they used it as storage. So these were actually, you come this way, you go in here and you got steps to go down into the shop, which I'll show you in a minute. So steps to go downstairs, so from the inside you come up and down. We've obviously blocked that off now. So then we've got the upstairs. I like this, it's quite cool.
Is there original?
Yeah. This is a nice spacious room. Again, same sort of finish. This would be a double room, double bed. So it's nice. And then we've got the fourth one over here. So again, same sort of thing.
It's 4 rooms, you have to get a license for this or?
No, license for 5 or more unrelated people. So for this one, I'm fortunate enough, I don't have to get a license. It saves me £1,000. So you just have to have your, obviously, they're covered because no one's staying here, but they're your smoke detectors, you get heat detectors, and then we always have these fire exit signs, which is very, very important. So even though I don't require a license, it doesn't mean that I don't make sure that everything meets regulations. It has to meet regulations. That helps me sleep at night. So we do everything to meet regulations, even though I don't need a license. Right guys, so now you're at the back, which I showed you, we made a studio. We've got some guys fitting some wardrobes in there, so excuse that, but let me show you. So you can see the flooring, we changed the color. This is the bathroom. This is like, again, about 85–90% done. This is the bathroom here. Over here you go. This is gonna be the bedroom. As you can see on the left-hand side, they've already started the wardrobes and I've changed the color. If you go on there, Ronnie, just have a quick look on the side. You can see look at the color. So normally we have the whites. Yeah. We change it now to, that should be a dark blue. So change that. I want to change the color. I'm getting a bit bored of the gray now. So, but let me show you, look. So even the kitchen here, I've gone for like a dark blue color with the sort of brass handles, which we don't ever do, but I just wanted to change it about a bit. So this is the kitchen diner. The flooring is different to what we normally use. Have a look at it. So behind this, we put up, obviously, you know, made a solid wall behind this, and then plasterboard, got this all done, insulated it. This is now its own flat, which should rent, I believe, for about, where we are, £1,300, roughly, give or take. The HMOs should probably generate £850, £900, I think, where we are, because we're 3–4 minutes from the station. And the commercial unit should give between £30,000 and £35,000. That's what we've agreed. What else am I going to show you? The spotlights. We never put this in these spotlights normally, but as you guys can see, we just made this one a little bit different. I just think, I actually like this color now. I think going forward, you might see a lot more of this blue with us, because I actually like it quite a lot. I know Ronnie's going to ask me this question, so I'm just going to come out with it already. I haven't worked out the total cost, so don't quote me on everything I tell you, but it's there or thereabouts. So its purchase was $610. I would say to probably spent $220, $230. So if it's 610 plus 220, let's say that's going to be 830,000 plus your stamp, obviously, legals, whatever not, GDV, just over 1.1 million pounds. If I've done my numbers correctly, and I know I have, I think we leave a little bit of money in there, not a lot. We're talking tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, which I don't mind, because by completing this one and getting to know the landlord via the agent, he sold me another one, which I'll show you the development side of what we've actually started with that. So I acquired that 2 weeks ago, and let me show you how fast my builders are. Come. Right guys, so we're now at a new site we got, which I mentioned. We're about 4 doors down, and this was not on the market again, but because the previous sale went through so smoothly, cash purchase, no headache, no drama, and he's retiring, he said, look, got this one, do you want to buy it? Started negotiating again, but we just stuck at the same price, so the purchase is the same. Let me show you the inside though. So, I kid you not, we started works here, purchased 2 weeks ago, probably started work, had to give building control notice, and by the time we started, it's been about a week, 10 days max. But let me show you, look. So this is, oh my God, let me tell you a story. So, let me tell you a little story about this. I've got a lot of stories. I didn't know this, but I always get my properties valued, even if they're cash purchases, just to make sure I know that I'm at the right place, what the GDV is going to be, etc., etc. Now, when I got this one valued, I got told that this used to be a drug den. So I've been trying to find something, but I can't at the moment. So they've obviously taken what they have, but there's no gas meters here, electric meters, everything's been ripped out. You can probably see it here, Ronnie. Look, everything's taken out. So that's the electric, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, is not working yet. To double check. So at the moment, what we're doing is we're using power from the commercial downstairs, if you're wondering where we get power from. So yeah, this was a 2-bedroom flat again, but look, already started partitioning, already started the wiring. This is fast. If you see above, I think they've already started put the pipes in for the water as well. So that's already started as well, which is, I'm super happy with this, because the way it's carrying on, if it carries on like this, I'll be done in 2.5 months, which is a record. Let me show you upstairs. I swear I could see, do you know they use these pipes? Let me try and see, was it downstairs or here? So look here we go. So you can see that pipe there. Look, we've had a couple of our houses that in the past they used as growing weed, grass, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure this is part of it. And in here, I'm sure this unit is part of something as well, because that's not normal to have up there. So 100% that's part of it. You see it, Ronnie? But yeah, so we started the partition already, so everything's looking, you know, look, they've even chiseled this out, ready for the electrics. This is getting fast as anything, I mean. For 10 days, sort of, roughly 10 days work. Wish you've been to our sites. This is super speed. I mean, honestly, the guy in this is a genius. Does really well for us. I won't tell you who he is because you're gonna want to use him otherwise. If you guys like this video and you want to learn more about HMOs and commercial and residential, click the link below. Make sure you subscribe and click the like button, because we're going to have a lot more gems dropping.